What's up, everyone? I'm here with JenniferRochlin. What's up? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
So, tell us kind of what have you been kind of up to? I saw you've been in quite a few shows. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I'd say I've been showing pretty regularly for the last like 5 or 6 years, like really busy, like internationally, in LA, New York, Tokyo, Brussels, Paris.
Hey, congrats.
Thanks.
For sure, yeah, congrats. Is that, I know one of the pieces you wanted to talk about is currently covered up with plastic, keeping the moisture in.
Exactly. I was your teacher for that.
Yes, you were.
Glad you learned that and remembered it. That's good.
Is that going to be one of the pieces?
Yes, that's one of the pieces. So far I have just 3, or 1, 2, that's the 3rd, so for the show, yeah. It's not till May.
Okay.
I have time.
Oh yeah,
but
you definitely.
I have time, but yeah.
So, kind of bouncing off of going to that art piece, what can you tell us about the art piece?
That one, so what's nice about this show is I'm going to be showing some more of the larger scale works, and I like just having a bigger surface to work on. Essentially, I draw and paint on these ceramic forms, so it just basically is a bigger canvas. I always enjoy kind of having more surface area to work on. My work takes on images from many different sources, things that happen in my life, people that I sort of maybe like hero worship, that I respect, like Carissa Moore, who won like the gold medal in surfing, like someone who's I think is a badass or something like that, and things that I also do, like I surf, and or my kids, especially during like the pandemic, really got featured a lot because like that's all I was seeing, kind of, or nature, the trails right outside the house. I go on these trails, and so. But what's on this part that is kind of funny is a scene that I keep returning to. When I was like very young, or not very young, but younger, I studied Russian, and I lived in Russia. And I also like was studying Super 8. I was studying film at the time, so I had like a Super 8 camera that I brought with me. Yeah. So I had met this friend there, and for $2 round trip, we were able to take the Trans-Siberian train, which is like a 4-day train from sleeper train, where you get like your own room. Or we shared it with 2 people.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So. Anyway, so I had my camera and all my film, and I was always shooting, and a lot of, I don't know if you've taken much trains and
just the metro.
Right. Well, trains, one of their favorite things to do is to not move. So we're somewhere, I don't know, day 2 or something, in the middle of, I don't think we were in Siberia yet, but it was in the summer, so it wasn't cold. And we were stopped for hours and hours, and everyone's like leaning out the train. It's hot,
Yeah.
And we're in the middle of a field, and there's a guy who's, I don't think he was a farmer. I think he kind of maybe it was like almost, not like a ranch, but whatever. He had like a little cabin, and he kind of lived there, and he was sitting watching the train for hours, just watching us. We were watching him, whatever, and he smoking cigarettes. And then he finally decided after like a few hours to get up, and he started picking flowers along the way, and he picked them up, and he started walking over to the train, and then this girl was kind of leaned out of the train, and he tossed them up to her, and then the train took off. I swear. It was literally the most cinematic moment that I got on Super 8 film.
That's for real, it is.
Yeah, it's for real. And and so it's an image that I've kind of, I wanted to make an animation from the Super 8, and I've tried, I feel like I've kind of used this imagery in different ways throughout my years of art making. I keep coming back to it. So what I did, it's just fun. I sort of just had the train kind of wrapping around the pot. And also what's fun about, it's also kind of like a fun kind of confluence of mediums, like something I shot on film and then I'm putting on a pot, and then I'm drawing it. So it's like kind of like these three different kind of ways of kind of putting it together. And I like how I do feel like it unfolds a story in time, you know, because you have to go around it. So there is like a duration quality to it, like a film has a duration. Whereas perhaps like just a painting or I mean, it could still be a moment in time, you know, you still could tell a period of time, you know what I mean? But this is literally like you actually like experience time when you walk around. You know what I mean? So I thought that like I just like the idea of like something moving. I was just thinking this the other day. Just you know, I'm making the flowers like, and then I'm making flowers like really big, like distorting scale. And I'm like, oh, I'm an artist. I can do whatever I want. Like I could, you know what I mean? Like I'm creating this from my head, so I could be huge flowers, you know, and it could. It's just, I don't know. I was just kind of enjoying that freedom that comes with making art.
So I see this piece over to my right.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it. It looks like there's a skier.
Yeah, this is actually in the middle of, it's kind of unglazed, so you can't see a lot of it because it's got the clear glaze on top of it. This was actually, we went skiing, we went to Mammoth in June and skied. And this is actually me wearing my friend's aunt's like great outfit from the 70s. This side is really good. It's a bunch of kids that had stopped in the middle of the skiing and built a snowman. I think I like the idea of memory, time, what we remember, what's left after like an experience kind of that you hold on to. I think like that's really like the core of what I think motivates me in my work. So this is a bronze edition. It's an edition of 12 that was made in Paris last year. Okay. I was invited by this place called Bossa Gallery to make an edition, basically. So I made a ceramic vessel, sent it over there. We made a mold of it at a foundry there. And then I went last September to play around with the different patinas, and then the idea was that I was going to go in and hand paint them. Just it's got the wonkiness of my pot because it was a mold of the pot. That's what's cool about it because yeah, you see it and you kind of think that it's ceramic. Etching into the clay, which is what I do. I basically sgraffito in, which is sgraffito's the Italian word for scratching into the clay. Is like so addictive. Like it is really like it feels so good. You just want to do it over and over again. So doing like a pattern is really fun, and doing like a peacock pattern is really fun. So it's like almost just like this, I don't want to say obsessive, but it's like a way to relax for me kind of. And it's just like, so I really like the patterning that happens with the peacocks, and also they're just obviously so beautiful, and then also they're just also around Altadena. This is the boys reading, which is one of their favorite activities. The border, and then the peacock kind of comes into the scene. So then it's like an indoor-outdoor kind of merging.
Cool.
But like I said, I kind of like it like almost without the paint.
Yeah.
So I might not paint it.
I agree. You know, whatever you decide, I think it's gonna look awesome.
Yeah.
I do like how it looks right now. And I think it's super rad. Well, Jennifer, I do appreciate taking the time to talk to me about your work and some of the pieces you have.
Yeah, thank you.
We do look forward to your future shows. Is there anything you want to say to people out there that are going to see this video? Any artists? Daniel
was my student. He was a really good student.
Thank you.
It's really fun to have you over, and it's good to see you. And I'm glad you're doing this. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very cool.
Thank you. Well, Jennifer, thank you.
You're welcome.